All right, so now we have our 32. And we need to divide this into 5s because on this one you can see that there are 5 points. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put a pin on top so you guys can see where the points are. This is 1, and this is a dried cake. Fondant's hard, so getting it to stay is going to be a little tricky. Here's 2. Here's 3. We're not going to eyeball this, we're going to measure it for accuracy. In advanced cake, you do it for accuracy. There's 4. And here's 5. So that gives you a reference point that there's 5 points on this one, okay? That's our starting point for the measurement of this piece of paper. Okay, so calculator. We've got 32 divided by 5, 6.4. That means they need to be 6.4 inches apart. So on here, set this here, set this here. This is where the second one comes in. 6.4. 6.4 is right here. So if we have 6 of them, line that up there, 6.4. And I never mark the paper till I'm absolutely sure. It's a guessing, a little bit of a guessing game. A little bit of mark right there. 6.5, and now from 6.5 I have to go to the next 6.5. Okay, so set it here. Use your second one to go to 6.5, which means it's right here. This is where you forget the lower ruler and you're using the top ruler. Now from that mark I'm going to go from here to 6.5. And then keep this in your eye. 6.5, and hopefully we wind up with 5. 6.5. Go back to 6.5. Okay. So at 32, this is 33.5. We're at 33. We've got a little bit of play here. So that tells me that our ending point needs to be 32. So we need to come in just a smidgen. That's why we can mark this a little bit at a time and bring it down some. So we've got to make 5 marks over. And that's about roughly what we've got here, is between 4 and 5. So we can play with that a little bit. It's not totally exact, but it's close enough. So see how we're at 32.5 at the 6.5 when we were marking the 6.5s? So we've got to get it down to 32, which is the circumference of that tier. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can divide the distance between the 4. So this one's going to come right at the 32. Put it back at the 32. This one's going to come in 1. This is our new mark. This one's going to come in 1 by the 1/8 inch mark. A little bit longer than the first mark. Bring in a bigger mark right there for that one, okay?